Okay, so I decided to make this video because this usually happens to every single person once you start buying your own home or renting, like in this case. So I thought I'd make a video about how to fix your pilot light on your water heater because I'm sure a lot of people are going to run into this issue. I just came home from work and I went to do the dishes and noticed there's no hot water. So my first instinct is obviously to come to the hot water tank, and sure enough, the pilot is out. So I'm gonna do a little video on how to repair this so you don't have to spend a couple $100 on that service call if you're good with some small hand tools. And this is your typical 40-gallon atmospheric water tank. Brand is Giant. And yeah, so here's what you're gonna have to do. If you're already gonna try and light the pilot, there's a setting here. There's 3 of them: off, pilot, and on. So since the pilot is out and you want to light the pilot, turn it to pilot, and this guy here sends a spark down to the pilot burner, and that'll light the pilot. And when you press this button down, it allows gas to flow to the pilot burner. So you hold it down and press it. It's just like a barbecue lighter. So press it down. Usually you have to hold it for about 30 to 60 seconds. And then slowly release the button that you're holding down, and the pilot should stay lit. But this happens. So instead of replacing the thermocouple, we're just gonna try and clean it up. So the first thing you want to do is turn this knob to off and shut the gas down. Okay, so now I've taken out the burner assembly, and it's pretty easy. There's only 4 screws to hold this on, and there's 2 here, then 2 on the other side, and they're just, you could use a 1/4-inch nut driver or a slotted screwdriver, whatever you want. And there's 1 nut that you have to undo for the burner line, and 1 for the pilot line. And you can unplug this as well. But this is what your pilot light looks like outside of the water heater. This is constantly running 24/7 unless you go on vacation and want to turn your gas off for some reason. But anyways, this is what keeps your pilot light going. When this is nice and clean, the flame is heating this up and producing a very small amount of voltage called millivolts, and that sends a signal to the gas valve to allow gas to flow through the main burner. So it's like a safety device. So if there's no pilot, it won't let gas flow through here. You don't have an explosion. So all you have to do is you can try cleaning it up first, and that kind of does the trick for a little bit, and then you can eventually change it. That's about $10 at Home Depot. So I'll clean it up and continue. Okay, so it's cleaned up now. It literally only takes you 10 or 15 seconds. And I use sandcloth that you use to clean up copper when you're doing soldering. And you just clean it up nice. Also, if your water heater doesn't get regular maintenance, it builds up a bunch of rust. So you can literally just knock some of that off. Then you can put it back. I wonder if I can. Yes. There's a little slot back there, and it's in the center of this part of the heater. And this guy slides into it, and you have to guide that in. Also, don't be afraid to get a little aggressive with it. It's not gonna blow up on you because your gas is shut off, remember that. Here, I'm gonna put this down. Okay, took a bit of work, but it's back together. So once you get the burner inside, put in the 4 screws, the burner tube, pilot burner tube. They tighten into the gas valve right there and there. And then you can literally just press the wire back onto the igniter. So, turn the gas back on, put it to pilot. Now, because we had this line disconnected, there's going to be some air in the line, so it's going to take probably about a minute to get all the air out, so once the gas can start flowing, you won't sit there pressing the button all night waiting for it to light. Okay, so we're going to go back to letting the air out, because I fast forwarded a bit. So hold it down, have your finger on this. Don't put your fingers near the bottom of it where there's going to be an exposed wire, because I even remember back in high school we used to steal these from barbecues and shock each other with them, and now it doesn't feel very nice. So don't have your fingers near it, just touch the top. You should be fine. And if you look, well, it's already got the pilot lit. So if you hold it for about 15 to 30 seconds, sometimes 60, depending on how dirty or clean it is. Slowly release it slow like that, and it should stay lit, and it is. So that's good. So now we're going to turn this to the on position, still having the temperature setting on pilot. Now when you go to turn this counterclockwise, that's how you set the temperature to the tank. Once you turn that knob, there you go, you have flame. And so since this heater was completely drained of hot water, it'll probably take about 45 minutes to an hour to heat up, and then you should be good to go. So yeah, that's how you save yourself 200, 250 bucks. Could be even 350 or 400 if it's that Sunday or a holiday, because people, you know, charge overtime when it's past 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So anyways, everyone likes to save money. Bye. I almost forgot, if you really want to as well, once a year, stick a bucket under this drain, open it up a bit, drain about half the bucket of water, and close it. That'll clean out all the sediment that's been building at the bottom of the tank. Increases the efficiency a little bit. More money saved.